So yeah, we still have to find out who is going to be eliminated from this group, and that will be, I guess, coming up next in our match between Favorit and KuH.
Yeah, definitely right. We are it will be Favorit versus KuH. Unfortunately, loser of this match will be out of BSL, but it's round of 16, so it's not a shame to be out of the tournament if you are able to go that far.
Yeah.
So I'm just hosting the game, and we can go to the game.
Zero is at a distinct disadvantage because he has to produce the tournament and get the replays from the players and make the games and do all of this stuff as well as talking. And all I have to do is sit here and make dumb faces in front of a camera. So Zero is by far the harder job. Actually, truly, the hardest job comes from everybody watching in Twitch chat because they have to make dank memes the whole time, and sometimes that can be pretty difficult. So thanks for you guys for all working so hard here tonight, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Your work is very much appreciated. Thanks for watching tonight. Make sure to follow Zero's stream up at the top if you aren't already, and to tell other people to watch. If you have social media, tweet about BSL. And plan it, because even if you aren't one of the best players for Brood War, there's still the BSL Chobo League, which you can sign up for periodically. A lot of good ways that you can play in entry-level tournaments, even if you're not super incredibly skilled, like guys like Boneth are.
And there in the BSL6 we will have the third league for I would call it amateurs, because we would like to bring some new faces to Brood War. So it would be good because now in Chobo League we are having such a good players, it's almost the Pro League tier 2. So we decided to make a second tier of Chobo League, the amateur league, or we will change the name of the Chobo League for Gosu League probably, and the Chobo League will stay as a Chobo League. Yeah, thank you very much for all the kind words, Mr. Rapid.
when everybody in Chobo League is 2K MMR, I'm like, I don't know if calling them bad players is really true, because they're pretty good. And even just the BSL ladder will tell you the story. It's well, how do you rank players that are all 2200 MMR? It's well, they're all just really good. So but even still, like you're saying, there's always going to be a place for people to play in BSL. So thanks for making that, Zero.
Yeah, we hope that players will sign up for it, and we will have a players. So because when the players will start to compete in Brood War, I think they will start loving that.
It's addictive.
Definitely.
Even if you lose in your first tournament, there's nothing that makes you want to play more than losing a game in a tournament that you shouldn't have, to want to make you keep playing and play better. It's really, really good. I don't know. It's really addictive. I remember when I first started competing, I think it was Quake 3. I won my first tournament game. I was like, oh my god, I am so good at this game. And then I got totally smashed in the next round. I was like, I am so bad at this game. But it made me want to play a lot more. And the same thing is true with Brood War and any really hardcore game. So I think we're ready for our next game.
Yeah, we are ready. This will be Favorit versus KuH. The first map will be on Aztec. Second set is on in the way of an Eddy, and third map is a Sylphid. So these are the profiles of these players. You saw them already in the previous games. Are you ready, Mr. Rapid?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we are going to the first game, KuH versus Favorit. So I think we didn't have ZVP yet, right?
No. Yeah, I guess we haven't had it. So that's the first one of the day.
Okay. So if you could turn off your camera, because now my computer is trying to. I'm hearing I think he's mining bitcoins or something right now. I don't know what he's doing, but
okay.
Sorry for this thing.
I'll exit Steam and turn off all of my extra processes just to make sure. Be kind to Zero's poor computer.
Yeah, sorry for that, but yeah, I have to deal with what I have, so.
That's all good. As long as it works, it works. So we'll get through one more day of the BSL. So yeah, I guess we should go ahead and introduce our players.
Yeah, so our Zerg player in the left side of the map is a BSL Chobo League champion. It's Mr. KuH.
That's right. And on the right-hand side of the map, in the green or dark green, is going to be Mr. Favorit.
So I'm not sure. I think these players have been playing in the Chobo League finals between each other, and KuH won. But from this time, I think Favorit like evolved and he skilled up very much, because I remember in BSL4 he was playing, his APM was around 120, and now he's like consistently above 200. So I think he was practicing a lot.
Wait, so you're telling me that if you play in BSL, you get better? Wow. I guess that means that everybody should play in BSL. Huh.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. Your APM will get higher, and you will be able to impress your friends with your APM.
There you go, guys. Go sign up for it. And yeah, I guess this was the. I remember watching even not Chobo League, just each BSL tournament is just amazing. So if you can't play in it, watching it, tell your friends about it. That's the last time I'm gonna advertise it. That's a lie. I'm probably going to keep advertising because it's amazing. But anyway, we can talk about the builds a little bit. This is a matchup we haven't seen yet, so it's going to look differently, obviously. The Forge Fast Expand from Favorit, and KuH is going to go for, I guess that was 9 pool. Or was it 12 pool? I didn't catch the Zerg build.
I think it was a 12 pool because he still didn't finish the spawning pool, and Hatcher is on the way. Yeah. He's just starting to mine the gas, so it will be fast speed from KuH. So I really like this strategy. That's my style. This is my only ZVP strategy. 12 pool into speed links, into keep Protoss in the base. Like everyone knows.
You're gonna give away your secrets, Zero.
Every Protoss knows about it, so they when they are playing against me, they know that it will be 12 pool links. So I'm not even trying to keep it as a secret.
Yeah, and you don't skimp on the lings either. You still build all 6. I appreciate the commitment, because some players, like, they might think, okay, well maybe I can just get away with 4 Zerglings here, and then sometimes they die. But yeah, especially if you're getting if you're gonna get rushed, you definitely need all of those Zerglings. But now they're gonna all run across the map. But wow, there's actually 2 cannons and a gateway all up here blocking SimCity in the front. So no chance for those Zerglings to get in.
Yeah, definitely. Very nice wall in from Favorit. 2 cannons just to be safe, and I think this is a good call because the speed links will kick in few seconds, and if he would have only 1 cannon, KuH would be able to run by to his main base, I think.
Yeah, because it's really cool. I didn't believe this the first time I was playing Brood War, just how much each map affects the way that you play. Because even things like this base layout, right? If you run by on the far side with Zerglings, you can actually run all the way around the cannons, and it doesn't matter how many you have. So really cool realization there to not skimp on the cannons and still commit to 2 of them.
And I think the links was made just to prevent Favorit from scouting, but he was able to sneak 1 probe through, and this is a fast Hydralisk then from KuH, so if it will be scouted, it will be great information for our Protoss player.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll see Zerg players hold position a drone on the ramp into their main, just to prevent things like this from being scouted, because now Favorit's going to see everything that KuH is doing realistically. He scouts no lair. He's going to see that there's only 1 gas geyser, and that means pretty much Hydras.
Yeah, and KuH started with the range for the Hydralisk, so he will probably try to snipe the buildings. So I think this is a fake Hydra bust. He will try to force as many cannons as he can, and then make his economy better and better. And in the same time killing the Forge, which I think Favorit is not even making upgrade in the Forge, because he knows that he will probably lose it anyway.
Yeah, this is really cool because there's no way to scout which upgrade is coming. And usually you'd want speed first so that you can get your Hydras across the map. Now, one thing I was talking to Shine, and one of the things that Shine said is that sometimes it's better to get Hydra range first because it's easier for the Protoss player to scout that speed is done. So if like they fly a Corsair in and they see that your Hydras are moving faster, they're like, oh, Hydra speed's done, he's going to be coming at me. But if you go range first, then not only is it easier to kill the Corsair, it's actually harder for the Protoss player to see if you're going for Hydra upgrades too.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I never thought about it, and that's really good point. And when they are seeing the speed, they think that that the Hydra lane is there for some time and he is preparing for something wild and aggressive. And now the range is done, and he's not seeing a speed. So maybe he's not expecting that big of a commitment from KuH.
Well, here goes the Hydras. They do have that range, but it's still kind of weird. You know, technically, the range on the cannon is a circle, but it seems like it's kind of this weird jaggy box when it comes to positioning Hydras here, because it's so hard to get them just barely out of range.
Yeah, even with range. I think the Forge is unkillable, even with that range.
I think one Hydra can hit it on the far side, but I don't know that for sure.
Oh, you might be right, like, but killing it with one Hydra will take forever, I think.
Yeah, but I think it's mission accomplished from these Hydras, right? Because there's only 3 of them, and he made the Protoss player make an extra pylon and 2 extra cannons, so that's already a lot of extra minerals to force out.
Yeah, and behind it he's going for the Spire. He added Fort Hatchery, and he's making a Carapace upgrade. So KuH economy is relatively good. He's mining gas from 2 extractors, so it makes me think that he will want to switch to the Mutalisks. Probably because he didn't see a Corsair.
Yeah, so the name of this build is the 4-hatch Muta build. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Usually there'll be another hatchery built at the natural or the main or the third, usually the third. And he's got 3 idle drones there, so got to get those guys mining. But yeah, I've never seen it with just 4 hatcheries. That's super weird for me.
Yeah, and I'm also waiting for at least one more hatchery from Mr. KuH. And now he will make this, so it will be at least this 5 hatch, which is, I think, minimum these days. Especially that Protoss went for this mass gateway start. It was a very good opening for Favorit, like looking at the fact that KuH went for this Hydra build. Starting with the gateways, you can apply a lot of pressure on Zerg right now.
Yeah, most importantly, KuH is able to scout the Zealots in the middle of the map. So he knows they're coming, he knows to prepare for it. He's got 2 Sunkens up and a ton of Lings, so these Zealots are not going to do anything in the natural. And probably the third is going to be okay too. There's a few Lings there, but he actually does need a little bit more. The 2 Sunkens, though, are the big way to defend this. So, man, KuH is playing this really, really well.
Yeah, and I never thought about it before, but if you are going for this Hydra build and you are denying Protoss from taking +1 upgrade to the weapon, then you can defend the Zealots with the Zerglings, because Zealots without +1 weapon are having a hard time to fight against a lot of Lings.
Yeah, so he's going to have to pull back and try for a third base. One of the hard parts about PvT or PvZ in Korea right now is that a lot of Zergs are finding out really good timings to deny a Protoss the third base. And so there was a while, I was checking the spawn bang rankings out here in Korea.
Yeah.
And there was a while where there was just this huge dip in Protoss win rate versus Zerg, because Zergs were just so good at stopping that. And right now we're going to see the Mutas fly in, and there's only 1 cannon in the main and nothing to defend.
Yeah, so now this base, he will kill a lot of probes and he will deny this base out of mining.
Oh, Storm!
That's not that bad, Storm. Oh, but he's killing some probes with the Storm.
Oh, that last Storm was really, really good, but the Mutas are still alive. They're really badly hurt, though, so these Dragoons are actually going to kill a lot of them.
Yeah, so I thought that this Mutalisk will deal more damage than they dealt, but it was still a good attempt and well done by Mr. KuH.
Oh, wow, he saved 5 mutas there. Now, those mutas are going to be useless for probably a while, but the next step in this is going to be a ton of speedlings just to deny a third base. But he sees that there's no third there, so honestly, KuH's got to think, wow, this guy still doesn't have a third base, and I did economic damage to him? That's got to feel really good.
But really nice storm drop in the main base, and KuH lost, like, I think 6 of the drones already. 5 drones, sorry, and another drop. Not that good this time, but still pretty good attempt by our Protoss player.
Yeah, so Favorit is now going to try to counterattack. This is a great realization because you know your opponent invested a ton into Mutalisks that are now pretty useless. There's a couple random ones back at home, but you know, realistically, KuH doesn't have anything but Zerglings to defend right now.
Yeah, good. The only good thing for him is that he's having +1 carapace upgrade, so he can fight with the Zealots relatively well, and he's flanking the Protoss army, and there is a lot of mutas. He built more mutas, and now the Dragoons will die probably.
Man, those mutas actually regenerated their health a lot quicker than I thought they would. But yeah, he actually did rebuild a few mutas back at home. There's another storm, but it misses most of it. There's not another one. Yeah, there's no more High Templar here, so just Dragoons, but several of those mutas are really, really weak. But a great job there by KuH to defend his base.
Yeah, it looked scary, but and you're right. This is a very, very important issue that now Zergs can, these days Zergs can deny Protoss from having third expansion. And look at that, Favorit still is not running his third expansion, where KuH already secured, like he's already have his fourth base up.
Again, just denying this third base, so important. I think KuH just flies right by there and just like, well, still no third, so he's good. And so finally, I think this third is going to come down. Where's this probe? Okay, well, he's going to wait for even longer. Eventually, Favorit's going to mine out here.
Yeah, he's having a lot of probes, so he's mining very fast. Of course, 6 gateways without any rally point, I think. Yeah, but this is pretty good production from...
Oh, he's gonna snipe the High Templar!
Yeah, double High Templar snipe. Very nicely done.
Wow. There's no Dragoons back there. No cannons covering them. That's... this is so perfect. This is one of the reasons why a lot of Protoss have decided to go for more Stargate play along with this, or at least, you know, enough Corsairs to delay the mutas, because Muta switch, and usually it's not a Muta opening. Usually it's a Muta switch later on in the game to try to snipe High Templar. Because if you don't push with Storm here, you just get absolutely overwhelmed.
Yeah, you're right, because there is Adrenaline upgrade already ready, and we can see that in the fight that these links are very cost efficient in trades, and they are so cheap that KuH can do them so many of them. He's only having 6 hatchery overall, but still, like, all links are almost for free, and he's going for ultras behind it.
Oh my goodness. Well, finally this third base is going to come down here, and so Favorit is going to have to dedicate his entire army just to holding on to this base. I think I heard some mutas dying there, so I'm guessing they died trying to kill that Archon.
Yeah, there is only 4 mutalisks left, like on 6-ish o'clock, so maybe there will be Guardians? Oh, he's trying to snipe the Nexus.
So good. Oh my god. He has an entire Protoss army killing off these Zerglings, and he still almost killed the entire shield bar. Wow. Okay. But the third is up. It's mining. That's good. The problem is it's only a mineral-only base, so there's no additional gas here.
Yeah, and it's like... Protoss army can be very scary when Protoss is having 3 gases, but now it will mean that Protoss army will be very Zealot heavy or a lot of Dragoons, but not so many High Templars in this army, so it will be not that powerful compared to the Protoss with 3 gases. But still, the supplies are in favor of Favorit, so...
yeah. Yeah, but there's ultras out. They don't have Carapace upgrade or +3 armor, so it's not like they're super scary right now, but they still deal a ton of damage. And they're still going to be something that you want to fight carefully as the Protoss player. So Favorit's not getting over aggressive. He's just clearing out his side of the map, making sure that there's no forces ready to run in and kill all of his stuff. He's got 4 cannons at his third, which should be enough to hold on. And so Favorit's actually done a really good job securing that location.
Yeah, and like I don't know what you think, but like Protoss on 3 well-saturated bases compared to like semi-well-saturated 4 bases from Zerg, I think this is still a good position for Protoss.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we are going to have another base come down here pretty soon, but that's why there's an idle drone at the 12 o'clock location. But I think Favorit is going to maybe even scout there first to check it. In either way, this Protoss army is still very, very scary. Let's see how many storms he has along with this. Looks like he has 1 High Templar.
Only.
Wow.
So it will be only 1 storm with this army, and there will be so many Zerglings with +2 Carpex versus +2 weapons. So Zealot needs to attack Zergling 3 times.
Yeah, there is a 1 storm, but that's the only one, right? So look at all these cracklings. Oh my god. I don't know if this is going to go well for the Protoss army here,
This
Zero.
looks like a devastation, and I think Zerg just did it, and very nice flanking. Very nicely done.
Yeah, and Carapace is done for these now +4 armor ultras. Nothing's going to kill that. Cracklings kill everything, and Favorit plummets down to 86 supply.
Yeah, and now Zerg is having the tech he wants, the upgrade he wants, and even won the most important battle. So now I'm sure that KuH is feeling very comfortable in this game right now.
You know, he's going for a 4th base right here, and you don't want to be expanding after you lose your army. He does have more High Templar out, but they don't have Storm yet. They're like 5, okay, one of them does not have Storm yet. He's like 5 energy away, but he needs that to hold on here to this base. There are 5 cannons here, but he's gonna need a whole lot more. He does have another Storm here. That one is huge.
That was a good Storm, yeah. But there are even Guardians from KuH, so he's like, he killed some units with the Guardians. They're having 7 kills. Yeah, they're in mineral only, so.
Oh, those are the 2 Mutalisks that he had left over.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so crazy. I didn't even see him getting a Greater Spire. Wow, that's the cherry on top right there. That's the extra, just to maybe in a friendly way to tell Favorit to get out of this game.
Yeah, that's might be true, and now he punished him, and I'm sure that Favorit in next game will make a Stargate.
Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, I thought people were gonna defend against Bonus shuttles too, but you know, I don't know. That never happened. So maybe no Stargates. I don't know. But still crushing that 3rd base, and now maybe coming over here to try to crush this 4th. It's going to be really, really rough to deal with.
And we have a drop in the main base of Favorit.
Oh, wait, what?
So
oh my god.
He's doing everything in this game.
Yeah, that's it. You know how many Protoss games I've seen end with crackling drops in their main, Zero? Like a lot. Like a lot. That's such a classic move. But in the end, yeah, that's KuH winning the game.
Yeah, that's very good move, because when Protoss army is in the middle, and you will, like, if you will load for overloads with the links, it's relatively cheap. And if you will kill all the gateways, then Protoss can have 5,000 minerals, but he can't rebuild his army, and you want to fight him forever this time, like when he's not having his main base. So this is very powerful move, and yeah, nice to see that KuH is doing like all these tricks from Mutalisks to Guardians to the drops.
Yeah, that range upgrade on the Hydras early was especially cool, because he sent, I think, 4 Hydralisks across the map and forced out like 2 or 3 extra cannons and an extra pylon, and sniped the gateway at the front. So yeah, just did a really good job with the opener. I thought that maybe his economy was a little bit light there at points, because he was really investing a lot into aggression at some places. Those mutas did take a lot of damage, but he was able to hold on against the counterattack and win the game after that. So yeah, really well played there. Actually, I'm really excited for this game because it seems to be a lot more even than our first few games. And the loser of this is eliminated from BSL, so it does matter a lot.
Yeah, definitely, and you're right. These players are pretty good match for each other. To see they are playing. Their skill is comparable. I don't know if this is the word, but yeah, you can compare their skill. It's much easier, like, to compare, for example, them with Bonnie on Dandy, because now it's hard to choose who will win this game. It's definitely a much more even match.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you who's gonna win this. I think it's probably gonna be pretty close. And I actually hope that this one goes to all 3 games because I do think that, especially if we get past In the Way of an Eddy, which can be a kind of a weird map, I do think that this could be a really close competitive series.
Yeah, I would like to see. I would like to see 3 games too. So, so we can go to the game number 2 if you are ready, Mr. Rapid.
I am.
Okay, so let's go. It's game number 2 between Favorit and KuH. This is elimination match, so let's go. So spawning on the top left position as a green Zerg, we are having KuH. Who is leading 1-0, by the way.
Yeah, and in the bottom left in the yellow, as Protoss, this is his BSL4 Chobo League opponent, Favorit. And I need to remember to change the network flag. There we go. Yeah. And we're good. Okay, you beat me to it.
Yeah, no, anyway. you are faster than me this time.
Well, I have to live up to my name.
Good APM. Yeah, also you was very rapid, yeah.
Well, thanks. So yeah, we're back on In the Way of an Eddy. Now, I was educated by a very intelligent Twitch chatter in the meantime that apparently the reason that the battle cruisers in the top and bottom are named NORAD 2 is because that was Edmund Drake's battle cruiser, and that's why it's called In the Way of an Eddy, because the Eddy is Edmund Drake. I would never have guessed that. I thought it was a guy who rips you off of your apartment. Like it's hard. It's a weird name for a map. But it is cool to see that lore tie into it in the end.
And it's cool that there is also a history behind it. It's definitely very exciting because, yeah, I didn't know about it. That's really good information. Yeah, and this is 700 HP battlecruiser and it's fallen. So imagine how much HP it would have if it would be still flying.
Oh yeah, I mean you have to play the single player mission to find out about that. Even still. Yeah, it's just a cool mechanic. Cool map. I'm glad that we have another chance to see it. I think it's the most recent map in the map pool, so one that maybe players aren't 100% familiar with yet. Definitely hasn't been around as long as like Fighting Spirit or Circuit Breaker, so still something to learn about. Now there is this pesky drone down here blocking the natural expansion, so every time I see a Protoss have their Expo blocked, I feel a little bit happier inside because it's the probe that blocks the Zerg Expo most of the time.
Yes, there is this time when at least this one time when there is a payback for that, right?
Yeah, you're right. I was blocked from clarifying. It's actually Edmund Duke, not Edmund Drake. I played too much. It's not Far Cry. It's Lost or Just Cause. Is the name of the protagonist. And I was trying to type that in chat, but I'm not modded, so it said that I was typing my message too quickly. I hope it didn't time me out.
Could you type something right now? So now I can make you mod.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm a real mod now. Ha! Now I can ban all of you guys.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Now you should be afraid, and you should all be nice to Mr. Rapid.
Well, in general, you should always be nice to everybody, but especially if they can ban you from chat. If you get banned in chat, you get banned in real life. Dun dun dun. No,
yeah, it's
I would never do something that mean.
Yeah, it's like there is like this saying in Poland, like if you don't have a Facebook, you don't have a life. Like if you are banned with Twitch chat, you also don't have life. So behave well, please.
That's true. That's true. You should always be on your best behavior, especially in Zero's chat because he's so nice. So be nice, guys. That's the moral of the story. Okay, so back to actually talking about the game. Nexus was a little bit delayed, but it's still going to be almost exactly the same setup from Favorit to wall off. 2 cannons and a pylon with Gateway and Forge in front. So he's going to be more than capable of defending. And on the other side, this probe is actually still alive. It hasn't taken any shield damage. So right as they say that, it's about to die. But either way, it gets in and scouts the third.
Yeah, it was very good scouting. It would die in in a second, no matter what, because the speed is done like right now. So it would die. So it delivered as many information as it could, and that was very good scouting out of Favorit. But it was interesting for me that he had all the scouting all the time, but he still decided to go for second cannon before the cybernetic core. But I think maybe he feels more safe by doing this this way. And this is an elimination match. If he would die because of like some kind of link bust, he would probably not be happy with himself.
Yeah, I remember watching Stork get eliminated from an ASL because he built 5 cannons in front and had Dragoons and Zealots blocking, and then the Zerglings run right between the cannons, kill all of them instantly, and he loses the game. And I'm like, what are you supposed to do? He defended perfectly, he saw it coming, and he still lost to it. I was like, oh my god, Zerglings killing your cannons is just so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've made a lot of Protoss feel really bad about themselves by losing that way, Zero.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I've been playing some Protosses, but also a lot of Protoss players are made me feel bad, for example. So
okay. So
yeah,
you're just returning the favor.
Yeah, we are even, I'm sure, like.
Yeah, so the Zerglings caught the Zealots out in the map and killed, I think, a couple of them. So actually, instead of 3 Zealots coming across the map, it's actually only 1. So it's much easier to deal with. There's still that sneaky probe out there, so it's going to come join up with a Zealot to make these Zerglings easier to kill. So this still could be annoying, but he's going to see the Hydras coming out.
Yeah, and this is a brilliant scout out of him. This is a range upgrade first again, so... And immediately we are seeing 2 more cannons from Favorit instead of 2 gateways, so this is also a pretty big delay. But it's better to scout it than die out of it.
Yeah, the Zealot especially is going to see everything at the natural, see that there's no gas there, and I guess he didn't scout that there's no gas at the natural, but I think you can guess that if you see that many Hydras.
Yeah, definitely. But this time there is a Corsair, so he learned from previous game mistake. And he will have scouting.
Yeah, I think the information is going to be the most valuable part of that. So, he still... Wait, is he made it? Okay, so he is only making 1 Corsair with that. It's not like he really committed to like going double Stargate or anything crazy. Because then he would actually be in a lot of trouble here, because Corsairs don't kill Hydralisks.
Yeah, it's hard to do. Like, you can use it with the rivers and disruption webs, but it's pretty long-term strategy, and it's not worth it to do it when your opponent is trying to bust you with 3-hatch Hydra. But
Well,
a lot
the
of
Hydras
drones
are doing their job, but the Forge this time is not out of range. So that and the Gateway will die here.
Yeah, and behind it, KuH was able to make so many drones, such a good economy, at least in the main and the natural. And he is going for 6 Hajj already. A very good macro play.
Yeah, so he is really going to be macroing super hard off of this. And he's putting pressure on and containing the Protoss player at the same time. Like, wow, that's pretty good. And he is going to be going for at least 1 Dark Templar here, so that's a little bit creative. And it's a good way to kind of push these Hydras back. If you can maybe get in and push that Overlord away too.
Oh, now he's trying to buy some time with the Zealots because he wanted to sneak the Dark Templar out, but the KuH was very... he was on point with the micro and he was target firing the Dark Templar.
Yeah, but he's going to push the Hydras away. For some reason that also pushes the Overlord away, but he's still going to scout the DT running out, and that's kind of all you need to know. I should probably watch out for that.
Yeah, definitely. You should have at least 1 Overload in each base. And Bonnie did have this kind of strategy when he was building like 3 Corsairs, like 6 Zealots and 2 Dark Templars, and he was like having this timing attack in your third base when the Zealot went first, taking all the shots from the Hydralis, Corsairs was killing the Overlords, and then Dark Templars was killing the whole third base. And this is very scary. Sometimes 1 Overload cannot be enough, but this time we're not seeing this strategy.
Yeah, well, I mean, the DT is actually going to... What? Yeah, okay, wow, the DT gets all the way into the main.
Hero Dark Templar from Favorit. Oh, but the Overload popped out just in the main base, so this was a little bit lucky from KuH.
I mean, it's still a lot of kills. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5.
And a lot of mining time
6.
also.
Yeah, a lot of lost mining time. There's only 3 drones mining in the main, Zero. So this is that's a really effective DT.
Yeah, behind it there is 7 gateways from Favorit, so he will try to macro as good as he can, and there is no Spire to switch to the mutates, but there are lurkers, so he should be pretty fine about it.
Well, this is. I think we're going to see something very similar to the last game here. So it's kind of cool to see a different version of that on a different map here, because once again, Favorit is very well defended back at home. But he's still going to try for this push out. But the difference is that last time he had like 5 zealots that were scouted. This is going to be that reach manlot style. But he actually this is somewhat of an anti-timing because legs and +1 aren't done yet.
Yeah, the legs just kicked in, but +1 is like 80% done. But it will be 1-1 already. But KuH still didn't transfer drones to the main base, but there are still only 3 drones over there. He's focusing on containing Protoss.
Yeah, so he's going to get the lurkers down, but they're not in range of the gateway. And thankfully, there are High Templar with enough energy to storm to kill these lurkers anyway. So this shouldn't actually be a very effective push. I think he's just going to settle for containing Favorit in his base for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and it can be very powerful. You are always happy as a Zek when you are containing your opponent, because then you know that all your units should be just there. You don't need to split your army, and you are not afraid that Protoss will come from different angles. So contain is very powerful, but I think Favorit is macroing very nicely, and KuH should have something more over there to keep this contain alive.
Yeah, I think he might be okay with letting this contain up, but lurker containing a Protoss just makes you feel good about it. And so as a response to that, Favorit is actually going to try to take down this island expansion, the 6 o'clock. That's actually a really cool idea. I haven't really seen that. Now there's a storm drop coming across the map right now, but I think it might be intercepted by these Hydras. How does KuH know? Oh my god, he might just barely miss it. Oh, he's gonna catch it with 1 Hydra. The shuttle will make it by.
Yeah, it will make it, so very nice. And in the same time, Favorit is killing the lurkers from the contain. 3 lurkers goes down, so very nice multitasking from our Protoss player.
Yeah, so the shuttle gets through. Where's the storm drop? Oh, here we go. Oh, he's gonna pull the drones just barely in the last second.
It's still worth it because these drones are not mining for a lot of time, so
he could actually he could have turned around and tried to drop a storm because the drones ran back before the shuttle was gone. So there's a second where maybe he kind of turned around for a storm. Either way, good defense there by KuH.
Yeah, definitely. And 1-1 and 2-2 is on the way from Favorit. I really like it that when he lost the Forge, he immediately added 2 more. He didn't want to be behind in upgrades, and upgrades are so important in this game. So he understands it. Oh, very nice storm.
Oh, yeah, big storms on these Hydras out at the front. He could snipe the Observer there, but he didn't actually try for it. That can be really, really crucial if you're going for like a lurker army. But there's still just mostly Hydras here, and they're getting stormed and killed by Zealots, and this is a great breakout attempt by Favorit, who actually already has his 3rd base on the way because it's an island.
Yeah, we are seeing that more often on this map, that Protoss players are doing this map, and it's probably because of the fact you talked before that the Zergs are so good in denying the 3rd base of a Protoss that they are afraid. Why risk losing 3rd base when you can have it safely in your island?
Exactly. So yeah, really great map here. Favorit is not going to feel threatened at all. Now I will say that one way of dealing with a push like this is to have things like the mutas that KuH had in game number 1. So if you go mutas, and actually right as I say that, the first one pops out, sick. And that's to snipe High Templar here. But you can also use those to harass this island expansion, because there's only going to be 1 cannon there.
Oh, we are having a storm drop in the natural. A lot of drones are dying. Ooh,
oh
such
my god,
devastating storm drop. And he's going for it without High Templars.
Yeah, there's an Archon here killing all the mutas that aren't being microed at the front door. Losing these mutas is huge because you can use those to kill all the Zealots and snipe the High Templar. But now, even if the High Templar are gone, so are the mutas here. And that means that KuH's going to GG out, and Favorit is going to take game number 2.
Very impressively done by Favorit. Like, this storm drop was really something.
Well, even at the same time, the Archon at the front leading the charge just specifically to catch mutas if they try to come in and snipe those High Templar. Wow, really, really well done. Even behind that, if that army had died, the third base is totally safe, and you've got a huge wall of cannons in front of your natural to defend.
Yeah.
So the counter push from the Zerg player still wouldn't have been super, super effective. Yeah, really, really good map choice, good play on the map. And cool, now we get our first game 3 of the day.
Yeah, all the games so far was 2-0, so that's really good that we will have like these players are a good match for each other, and even the score is showing that.
Yeah, really cool. Even when the really good players are playing each other and that's a 2-0, it's like, wow, that's still really good play. But now we get down here and it's really cool to see players that are so evenly matched, because that means that the third game coming up could just be the closest game of them all.
Yeah, and yeah, because the first game was pretty good from like it was much better position from KuH. Second game was much better position for Favorit. I would like to see 200 limits fighting each other in the middle of the map, like swarms, plagues, dark archons, maelstorms, and everything. That's a perfect brood war then.
Perfect brood war. What more could you ask for? And the truth is not much. So this is, among many others, the reason that you should watch BSL. Tell your friends about BSL, tweet about it, like the channel, follow it, whatever you have to do. You can also find out more information about the BSL by following them on Twitter at Bombastic Star. So make sure to do that too.
Oh, and you can also go on Twitter and follow Mr. Rapid. I'm copy pasting his Twitter account. He is very popular person. Over 10,000 followers, so it's like probably more people than I know for my entire life.
Definitely more people than I've known my entire life, but hopefully StarCraft becomes more popular, and so do we, and then we can all have friends just like everyone else.
yeah, and yeah, I'm really happy, so don't forget to go to follow Mr. Rapid. He is casting Africa Star League, Korean StarCraft League, so these are the two biggest tournaments in the whole world, and he is a premium caster, so I'm really appreciating that he found time to be there with us to support BSL. Namaste, yeah. Mr. Rapid.
Well, unfortunately, the BSL5 prize pool is cut in half because I'm taking the other half of the money. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But it's good to be able to be here, Zero. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that's like, this is pro bono supporting Brood War by Mr. Rapid, so at least go and follow him and thank him for that this way.
I think we're about ready to get into the third and final game of our elimination match today.
Yeah, it will be Sylphid. And if you're ready, I'm ready, we can start.
I'm ready.
Okay, so let's go to the game number 3. So spawning on the 12 o'clock position as a white Zerg. This is KuH.
And his opponent in the bottom right-hand corner of the map is our Protoss player, Favorit. Coming back in game number 2. Really cool to see such an even match. And now we're moving on to a much different style of map. It's a 3-player map. It does not have island expansions, but the third base is a little bit easier to defend. It does have 2 attack paths into it, so it could be difficult. But yeah, no island bases.
Yeah, so no way to make a secure third expansion, but yeah, I think making third expansion on Sylphid is easier than make it on Aztec. So it should be a little bit better for Favorit, but still there are some ways to deny it from a Zerg perspective. It will be 9 pull already from KuH, so aggressive opening.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, so we are not going to see your go-to ZVP build anymore, and it's going to be 9 pull gas as well. So, ooh, I like it. But man, as soon as he goes for the aggressive build, Favorit scouts him after Pylon first, and it's going to see everything happening. So this is the best possible scout that Favorit could have asked for.
Yeah, and now he can go easily start with a Forge expansion and be happy that Red invested a lot, that KuH invested a lot into Zerglings and didn't evolve his economy. So it's pretty good situation for our Protoss players, but there are still some options that Zerg can deal damage to him with the Speedlings.
This probe is so annoying. It already got one of these drones down to 17 HP. So, oh, it's gonna keep hitting it. Oh my gosh. 14. Oh, it's only got like 4 more hits on it.
But look how long he delayed the speed for the slings. This is also important.
No, that's very true, because it takes a certain number of drone trips. You can measure it because it's so important that you get that that number. And so yeah, no ling speed on the way yet.
So very intelligent response from Favorit. He went for double cannons because speedlings are very threatening units and you have to respect them. Especially that Zerg invested so much into it that you don't want to risk holding it on only one cannon.
Yeah, so he's got 2 cannons every game in this series, and I think it's been really necessary. Now, obviously, games 1 and 2 were fake busts, so he needed the cannons because it's one of the things where you punish good players. Because if you're a bad player, then you don't know if you're going to get busted or not. So you might just not know how many cannons to build. So if you're getting fake busted, you don't build enough cannons to defend, and you don't have to defend. So then you kind of like mind game your way into a good position by being a bad player. This is why it's so hard to play bad players. I think, you know, in StarCraft 2, you can see you could see your opponent's MMR, or you'd know if you were favored against them. I think it would help out a lot if you could know what MMR, or at least what league your opponent was playing in. Because you play totally differently against the guy that's S-ranked than you do against the guy that's like, 1300 MMR.
Oh yeah, you definitely are. And you are trying to go for some kind of mind trick, and it's not working because he's not reading it. And you are showing that the drones are mining gas, and you think, okay, he saw it, so he thinks I'm teching. And then you are seeing that he just totally ignored that, went for gateway zealots.
Yeah. In order for mind games to work, your opponent has to have a mind and be using it. And if he doesn't, well, then they don't work quite as well. But either way, we are seeing these Zerglings kind of soft contain Favorit right outside of his base. This is the life of a Protoss player who is Forge expanded. You just don't get to do a whole lot early on.
Oh, and we are seeing very fast Slayer from KuH already halfway done, and it is two hot Slayer, so some wild strategy from our German Zerg.
Yeah, there's no gas at the expo. Okay, ha, caster curse. Right as I say that, he throws down the second gas. So, yeah, we're going to see 2 Muta.
Yeah, and it might be pretty well timing because now... Oh, he's skipping the Stargate because he thinks this is a Hydra Bust. He went for it twice in a row.
Dude, this is so sick because this is something you can only do if you're playing a best of series against your opponent. So for ASL, they do the same format, but they only do best of ones. And so you don't have the ability to kind of pull the wool over your opponent's eyes like this by tricking them into thinking that you're going to be going for the same build you've done every game so far.
Yeah, that's allows players to go for these mind games, and KuH is definitely going for it, and it might work. It looks scary right now. I don't know if Favorit will have a time to scout it. He killed the probe.
Yeah, he killed the probe with the speedlings, and that should be a little bit suspicious. When your opponent is really trying hard to stop your scouting, you should know something weird is coming.
Yeah, definitely. You should suspect something, but he might still think that these are... Oh, now he's making double Stargates, so now he knows that this will be Mutalisks.
Yeah, I think that's a
nice
good way to figure it out. Lots of Lings actually will stop 3 Zealots from making it across the map. That's really impressive. Because, game 1 we saw 5 Zealots not do much. Game 2 we saw a lot of Zealots, and even that didn't actually accomplish a whole lot. But game 3, yeah, really good job stopping those Zealots across the map. And so high Zergling count, denying scouting, all of this should tell Favorit that he might be in a little bit of trouble. And so good thing that he's going for double Stargate.
Yeah, definitely. But I think he will need like, oh, he's making a cannon. That's good. That's good for him because if he would
Yeah.
make only Corsairs, then the Scourges could sit on top of the Stargate and intercept every single Corsair that is popping out of it.
Yeah, so he's got double Corsair production. He's got a cannon in both of his main and natural, and wow, this is really cool. Even though there's also going to be carapace for flyers from KuH. That's one way to kind of deal with Corsairs, but it's hard to go mutas in ZVP for this exact reason.
There will be 5 Mutalisks against 1 cannon and 1 Corsair. Will it be enough? I think it might be.
Oh, he's going to pull them 1 muta away, but he doesn't save it in time. But that's going to be more than enough to defend. He's actually going to wind up almost losing 2 mutas.
Ooh, but he's still going for it. So now, if it didn't, after seeing that it didn't succeed to surprise for Favorit, I think going for this fast Scarpace is even better because then he will have a timing shot to go for it. Oh, he's going for that. No, it will not work.
What? Okay, that's not how you do a Mutaling bust right there. He's gonna go back into the main, but now there's even more Corsairs.
Yeah, so it's hard. So immediately after having very brilliant position from KuH, now he's having hard position because double Stargate Corsairs can be very powerful.
And he has no Hydra Den. It's halfway done. So having only mutas to kill Corsairs is that's probably not great.
That's a bad thing. And he didn't have enough Scourges because this was not critical number of Corsairs and they are not having +1 upgrades, so it was possible to intercept them with the Scourges, but he just didn't have a Larvas to do it. And
yeah.
Good game.
And that's why you don't 2-hatch muta Protoss players. Obviously, it could have gone differently, but especially when you're able to kind of think things through, and really good job there by Favorit. You know, a lot of times you can look at your opponent, you're like a player's build order or their APM or all sorts of different things to say, okay, is this a good player or a bad player? But I think one of the best illustrations of whether or not a player is playing well is if they're able to just be intelligent enough to think about what's going through. This is something that you can do no matter what your MMR is, to think about, okay, he's denying this, what could be happening here, and then throw down the double Stargate and win the game because of it. Really, really well played there by Favorit. Really deserving to advance on to our final match 2-1.
Yeah, you're right, and that was even harder call for him because he saw that this was double twice Hydra Bust, so he probably might have been thinking that it might be Hydra Bust again, but he decided to go for double Stargate and it succeeded. Very nice read, very intelligent play.
Yeah, really good reads there as well. So, all right, well, that's going to do it for our fourth game, our fourth series of the night, and that sets us up for one final best of 3 to decide who will be the second player along with Bonnet to advance here out of